It is a high-stakes game where the players are world leaders and the wager is the world's economy. Prime Minister George Papandreou of Greece had planned to put a bailout offer to a countrywide vote. Now that nearly sent chaos into the world's financial markets, but there was a sudden change of heart with the Prime Minister abandoning the plan that could have put his country in default. Joining me to discuss this is CBS News foreign affairs analyst Pamela Falk. And behind the scenes, though, Pam, let me ask you this. What was going on? Why this change of heart? How did this come about?
Well, the Papandreou plan was intended to bring the Parliament onto his side. There were incredible divisions. It wasn't clear that they would all support it, the opposition, and it was to stop them, the opposition, from having a bully pulpit to criticize this bailout program, which of course adds incredible amounts of austerity to an already suffering Greek population. So that was the idea. Once that sent shivers through the international markets, he pulled back and changed his mind, and he did get more support from the Parliament. Nonetheless, because the unintended consequence was to instill the lack of confidence in his government and get all of the European leaders, Sarkozy and Angela Merkel of Germany and Sarkozy of France, angry with him. Now there's a confidence vote that he has to win in the Parliament itself, so the whole government could fall apart.
Oh, well, that's lovely,
yeah,
right? World markets, the whole government. There's a lot going on here. So what happens now for the European Union? Where does it go from here?
Well, the real issue is certainty and uncertainty. Markets hate uncertainty, and that's really what sent all these ripple effects through the market. And uncertainty causes what they call contagion, which is a domino effect. And a domino effect is what they're worried about, which is that what they call pigs, which is the poor children of the European Union, Portugal, Italy, Ireland, Greece, and Spain, there might be a ripple effect on them. And of course, with any banks, including U.S. banks that have invested in the Greek economy, the thing to avoid here is any kind of disorderly default. And that's what the international markets are trying to do, at the same time with the fact that the government itself might fall apart.
It's also interconnected. So let's bring it full circle back to Papandreou. What's next for him? I mean, where does he land in all of this?
Well, that's the most uncertain because his popularity was very low. It's having a ripple effect, for example, on Italy, where Berlusconi's popularity is also very low, and they're worried about all these other economies, including Portugal. But his popularity is very low. So if he lacks the confidence in a parliament, they can vote someone else in. It's a parliamentary system, and that would also change the dynamic. In other words, the new prime minister would have to renegotiate this bailout. And the bailout brought in other countries. The United States is not in a position to help. It brought in China. And China and the Asia group have really contributed about 40% of this Eurozone bailout. Now, this isn't all of the European Union. You asked about the European Union. It's called the Eurozone, which is a subset of the European community and the European Union. But the European Union does account for about 20% of the world's economy as a unit. And so it can really have a ripple effect just when President Obama was feeling like there was a bit of a upturn in the U.S. economy. This could affect it.
And it's not over yet. There's still more to come.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be watching closely. We appreciate your time as always. CBS News foreign affairs analyst Pamela Falk.